Hello, welcome to today's lesson. In this lesson, we are going to be talking about making polite requests using would you mind? Would you mind? Okay, when do we use would you mind? The first one, we use would you mind when we want to ask for permission. We use would you mind when asking for permission. All right, the example is example. Would you mind if I opened the window? Would you mind if I opened the window? Okay, another time we use would you mind is when asking for someone to do something. When asking someone to do something. The example is, would you mind opening the window? Would you mind opening the window? Okay, let's look at the grammar rules. The grammar rules in asking for permission, we use would you mind plus if plus I or she or he plus past simple plus the permission. Okay, I'm going to say that again. In asking for permission, we use the rule is would you mind plus if plus past simple plus the permission. And the next one is when asking someone to do something. When asking someone to do something, the rule we follow is would you mind plus verb plus ing. Now, plus the question or the request. I'm going to say that again. Would you mind plus verb plus ing plus, the request. Okay, let's look at some of the examples. Asking for permission. You remember I said in asking for permission, we use would you mind plus if plus past simple. Okay, now let's look at the first example I have here is would you mind if I closed the window? Would you mind if I closed the window? The next example is would you mind if I used your phone? Would you mind if I used your phone? Another example is would you mind if I ate your hamburger? Would you mind if I ate your hamburger? And the last example I have here is would you mind if she used your pen? Would you mind if she used your pen? Okay, now let's look at examples for asking someone to do something. Okay, the first example, you remember I said when asking someone to do something, we use would you mind plus verb plus ing. Okay, so the first example is would you mind closing the window? Would you mind closing the window? The next one is would you mind carrying my bag? Would you mind buying me a car? Would you mind buying me a car? And the last example is would you mind shutting up? Would you mind shutting up? Okay, that's going to be the end of today's lesson. Hope to see you again next time. Goodbye.